There we go. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well today. Hi, Emily. Hi, Shamira. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm very tired from last night. I went to bed at like 10 o'clock because I was so tired. And, but it was a great time. I had a great time. And luckily, my throat is not as, messed up as I thought it would be. So that's good because I was a little worried about talking for 3 hours after doing that and not being able to talk for a week after this. But I have tea. I've been drinking lots of tea, so we seem to be okay, which is great. So we're gonna do basically what we were going to do on Wednesday, which is play Subnautica, talk about more animals and stuff. So I'm excited about that. I'm a little tired still, so my energy is not what it always is. But I'm excited. Although my hair is really bothering me right now because I showered this morning, so it's all clean, which is great. Except it makes it really slippery, and then it just like wants to be over here. So like this is who I am. Anyways, okay. So we'll get Subnautica sound going, and we'll get right in. Actually, what happened was the sound on. I'm sure it is on. Okay. What happened is I loaded up Subnautica so it would be ready to go. And I loaded into the game because it takes a bit to load into the game, and I didn't want you guys to have to wait for that. But as soon as I got in the game, I started dying from radiation poisoning because I think like I had turned off the oxygen and stuff just so we could like look at stuff and it wouldn't be a problem of having to deal with like eating and drinking and whatever. But I think it like defaults back to your original settings when you reload the game. So I got in and just like immediately died to radiation. So that was not ideal. But luckily I didn't really lose anything, and again, this we're here more for the science of it, you know? Not so much the game. Although we will start off, I think, with playing the game a little bit. Maybe I'll try to make a radiation suit. That would probably be a good idea, so that won't happen again. And then we'll just, when the urge hits us, we'll talk about some animal stuff. And if there's any animal stuff you guys really want to talk about, hit me up, let me know. What did I just... Okay, wait. Radiation suit is fiber mesh and lead. And fiber mesh is... what? That. Nope, it's none of these. What is happening? Am I losing it? Where's fiber mesh? Do I not have it, like, unlocked yet? I think it's, Creepvine, though, so maybe gotta go to a meeting real quick, but I'll be back soon. No problem. I hope you have a great day. I'm sorry for reminding you yesterday that, oh, I think I have a message. That it wasn't the weekend, so you had to do work. Why can't I hear you? Hang on. I definitely did turn on last time so you could hear the, voice, but I guess it just turned it back off again. It's not nice. Turn it up more.
I didn't know how many of you...
Yeah, you didn't know, punk.
I didn't know.
You didn't know.
We're now en route to your location. We're gonna bring you home. Sunbeam out.
Alright, Sunbeam. So I'm gonna go get some...
What else can I say? The only time I parked a rig this big on a rock that small was in VR. And I blew it.
That's great.
It's a bad option, alright? So are all
I don't
others.
have lead at the moment. There's like food here, but I like to keep this as like a just in case when I inevitably forget to eat at some point. So we'll go get some food. We'll go get some Creepvine and see if they'll give me the fiber mesh so I can make a radiation suit so I don't die. Back. Well, I think the problem is right now... Oh, wait, never mind. You can get the rebreather, and when... Ooh. But when you make the radiation suit, it gives you a helmet too, but you can't obviously wear the rebreather and the helmet at the same time. So, bit of a problem that. Sweet. I wonder, can I make fiber mesh now? Oh, I feel like there was also stuff we didn't really get into yet, but I might wait a little bit for that. Because I would like to play a little first. But I know we didn't, like, Yeah, we haven't looked at any of the carnivores yet. There's also, I mean, we can, I'll take a quick look at the, like, flora stuff, but again, I don't know that much about flora, so we shall see. Yeah, okay, now I can do fiber mesh. But I also need lead. But I can make fiber mesh first, probably. Did I need 2? Don't know. Unsure. Losing my marbles. Okay. This one. And then radiation suit, so I need 2. Okay, and I need to go find lead. Which I already don't really remember where that is. Oh look, there's a stalker, like right beside me. Gotta show them what for, so they leave you alone. I will say, I do, like, the way, because we were talking a whole bunch last time about the way some of the fish swim, and the fact that a lot of them, they don't even seem to have enough tail where they could swim. These guys, I like more. They, like, we got the pectoral fins, they even have pelvic fins, they have, like, a reasonable tail, they even have, they're great. I'm okay with them. I mean, I'm sure there's other things I will have feelings about, but, like, in terms of some of the stuff I was complaining about last time with some of the designs of fish, I like the stalker a lot more, because they actually have a lot of these things. They got big teeth. Anyway. One thing at a time. It's getting more confined. Hi, Sam. Good morning. Welcome. Where? Where is he? I heard him. Where's my scanner? Oh, there he is. Oh, I've never seen them. Oh! I've never seen them do that. The crash fish. I've never seen them explode onto a stalker. Unfortunately, we will have to go find a crash fish and figure out a way to scan it because I want to look at that one. Oh, we just need to breathe. Yeah, I will maybe, like, more Subnautica, yeah! I will probably, oh, see, radiation. Radiation bad. Radiation hurts me. How am I feeling after last night? Not as bad as I thought I might. I mean, I had, like, 2 drinks, so I'm not really hungover, other than my stomach is a little upset, but that's pretty normal. Alcohol doesn't really agree with me. And, and I'm quite tired, but my throat is not as, painful as I thought it might be this morning. Watching Subnautica is fun, really enjoying it. I freaking love this game. I was thinking more, yeah, how your throat hurt. Yeah, somehow I survived. You tried, bud. You tried. I will say this game still sort of like, I get a little, uneasy when it's nighttime and like I can't see that well. You see, because it come from above. You could fight. Oh god, he's so hard to see. Oh wait, where was my pod? Jesus, I can't see anything. I want. I have a flashlight. I'm a smart girl. I wanted creepvine, but one of the directions. I don't want to go in the direction of the Aurora. Aurora is that way, so not that way. Because that's how I die. Maybe we'll take a look through some caves too. See if we see anything in there. Oh, there's quartz. I had lead before I died to the radiation when I started the game, but I don't know where I got it, so maybe a little deeper down. See if we see anything in there. We'll grab some fish also. Where are you? Yeah. One of the things oh, I could scan that. One of the things that bothers me a little bit about this game, I mean, it's like a normal, like, part of the course thing, but you end up, like, hoarding batteries for a bit because you don't have the stuff to make the battery charger. Someone left because of that joke. Nice one, Sam. Scaring away my audience. I don't know if we need metal yet. We just need lead. Yeah, I think we might have to go deeper for that. But in the meantime, I'm gonna grab more bladder boys with their lack of mouth and their wild vascular system. Cool hair dryer. Hair dryer? Can you hear my computer? Or my fan? I forgot to put my forgot to put this in so I can hear myself. In my hand. Oh, you're talking about my flashlight. That was just me. I had to reload the page because my Chrome quit. You scared away Emily with your joke, Sam. Are you proud of yourself? Hi, River. Good to see you. Good morning. A little. Alright. Peace be daytime. No, I keep going towards the Aurora and I don't want to. I can also go over there. Should do that. It is too early. That's fair. I want to sleep, please. I woke up at 6 a.m. today. 6 a.m. If you can imagine. I didn't know what to do with myself at that point. No, bop it. Bop. Oh, I think you can get lead from the sandstone outcrops too. I like how you can just bash stuff with your flashlight. Hi everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I have never won this holder. You are. You beat out Crimson. You are number one in my heart. Wow. There's lots of space in my heart. You all are number one in my heart. Make it rain.
30 seconds.
Oh. No, wait. I need to breathe. Think about this saying, realize, realize, realize. Oh boy. I'm extra number one. Yeah, that's right. God, I want us to get in the frickin' crash fish. I feel like I'm gonna get killed trying to do it though. Which means there's also cave silver in here though, which I can perhaps scan. Where did it come from? Where did the bastard man come from? Old babe? Oh, that is so old babe. Woo. No, please! Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I don't see you. But come on! Maybe, oh wait, maybe they're not coming for me. Maybe I'm just hearing them. Oh, there's the, this. Oh, I will scan this. I thought it would be appropriate because humor. My gosh, a boobers in chat. There's a whole fish. Not half a fish. I will make that joke every time I see one. I'm sorry. Oh, I wanted to go scan that beacon thing. Some boom, but no. That's it, yeah. I think I hear a thermal vent. Thermal vents are pretty cool. Let me talk about them for a bit. Maybe when we find it. Is there stuff? Uh oh, I lost the beacon thing. I don't know where it went. Here comes the boom. God. Okay, there's probably stuff over here. I wish that it was easier to keep track of like stuff you'd already like discovered. I mean, there's beacons you can make, and I could just make like 1,000 beacons, which I guess is one strategy. I just wish it was. I wish you had a map. And there is maps online that you can use, but it's not as immersive, you know? Not as good. I was promised animal facts. Listen, we gotta find an animal to fact about first. You can't just, or you, I mean, if you really want an animal fact right now, you can use your points to do it, and I'll tell you an animal fact. Here, James the Kevin, starring Boom Comes. Dang it! Alright, hold on, let me go up to the surface. I did start compiling a whole bunch of, reptile facts or not reptile facts, but just animal facts I really liked. So here's one. Here's a fun one. So there's this kind of squid. It's called a Japanese flying squid or neon flying squid. And they can fly more than 30 meters through the air, because they have these built-in, like, glider fins. I can show you a picture. Let me, hold on. Go to the web. go to the web and we'll look at Japanese flying squids because they're cool. They have like the fins that are kind of on their head. You can see they're built in, and they fly. They do a fly. Look at them. So they can jet themselves out of the water basically, and then they can like glide through the water. It's wild. Look at this. They can fly, yeah, more than 30 meters in 3 seconds. So as you can see, they like make themselves streamlined. They push themselves out of the water, and then they sort of like deploy so they can glide. And then as they're coming back to the water, they fold it back in so they're ready to go. It's very cool. Very cool. Squids are neat. This is just Gargantia with extra steps. Alright, we'll go back to Subnautica. Yeah, flying squid. You thought you'd seen everything with the flying fish. Well, you were wrong. Yeah, squids and stuff are cool because they can use, like, jet propulsion type thing by, like, shooting water out. I don't know exactly how it works off the top of my head, but it is definitely neat. This should be the sub-icon. Flying squid. Flying squid would be a good sub-icon. I realized I think there's more sub-badges that you can do than I originally thought. So I might have... And I was gonna do all reptiles, and Saida was working on all reptiles, but, like, now I'm kind of wondering if I don't want more than that. Although I could always use the, badges for other stuff. Because I still need more emotes.
Calorie intake recommended.
Anyway, because I was liking the idea of the lizards, but now I also kind of want, like, it'd be cool if we had different animals for different somethings. We'll see. It would just look like a regular squid because it would be so small. Yeah, that's true. I'll make you... When we go back, because I already was talking about the stalkers, when we go back to my pod, we'll talk about the stalkers, and we can look at the stalkers design for a bit. Can I get a cool dog emote? I mean, you can. That would be a possibility. That is an animal. I'm getting hungry. I should go back soon. But I want the sandstone. But dog. Cat but dog. Ooh.
Local scans show a nearby cave entrance.
I believe that's where you get into the jelly caves, which are very cool. Oh, look at him. Oh wait, did I never... Oh no, that was just to pick up the river. Oh wait, I haven't scanned the peeper? That is entirely untrue, because we looked at him. Oh! Enzyme host peeper. Because he's doing the thing. Interesting. Okay, we'll look at that when I get back. Get a peeper. It's all just metal salvage. I can't go down there yet, because I'll die. I'm drowning. Unfortunately. I was gonna get more, fine, so I could go where there's radiation and I would be okay. Ooh, there's the frog boy.
30 seconds.
I know. Alright. I feel good that we have enough stuff. Let's go back. We'll talk about Frog Boy. We'll talk about the stalkers. Oh god. I'm trying to think, there's either some kind of fish, or maybe it's like like an ancestor of like crocodiles and stuff that have a face that looks like the stalker, but I'm not sure what it is off the top of my head. I'll have to... You'll hear me say that a lot because I vaguely know many things. But I don't like saying stuff unless I'm sure it's true. Although I guess you can never really be sure, can you? God, I love these big tube corals. I think they're cool as fuck. Oh, there is another thing also with the coral I wanted to look at that I thought about after the last stream. I'll have to remember. It's about the way their, like, tissues fold in. to like maximize surface area or something like that. But again, I'll have to figure out what the heck I was talking about because I have a little trickle of knowledge. Looks like my chat is not scrolling down. Here we are. Alright. Hello? No new messages. Okay. Have some good eating tonight. God, I got more peepers than that. We'll start with 2.
Vital signs.
God, I do have many peepers, don't I? I think I have to. I don't know if the fish go bad if you're holding them just like by themselves, like these ones. I'm not sure. I know if you cook them, they'll start to go bad at some point. I'll just put them in here. I will also make some water. With some butterfish, cooked peeper, the tastiest of foods. Alright. Honestly, a lot of the emotes in Discord I would like on the stream too. Yeah. The problem is we can only do a couple right now. This is all just like voice logs. I wish there was an easier way to get rid of the like notifications, because this one you have to just like hover over it. What are your favorite emotes in the server? Oh look, it says like day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. God, how many days? 5, 6, 7. It's been a week. I've been out here all week. Yeah, I don't know. Just think closer analysis. Interesting. We'll take a quick look at the flora, just because spore-bearing fungi species, the flesh contains a highly acidic compound which leaches into the water if the outer skin is penetrated. It's not clear which predator species necessitated such extreme countermeasures, but the acid mushroom's numbers suggest that it's successfully deterred most of them. So that's interesting. So we did talk about last time about sort of like the evolutionary arms race, where it's like predators are trying to like usually adapt more and more to eat the things that they're specialized to eat, and as a result often I guess maybe not as a result, but while that's happening, the like prey species, so like plants and prey fish and stuff like that, at the same time they're also adapting more and more to like fight against that, in some cases anyway. So this is clearly a situation where after like a random mutation that made them a little bit acidic, they became more and more acidic because it was deterring predators. So that's interesting. I feel like I say the word interesting every 5 seconds, but I think it's all interesting. So, inedible acid has applications in battery fabrication. Yeah. We got the creepvine, sulfur plant. These plants appear to serve as nests for the explosive organisms which guard them. The outer petals are undamaged by the presence of the inhabiting creatures, suggesting a complex co-development. This plant has evolved to feed on nutrients and minerals deposited within by the fish. Sulfuric deposits on the inner leaves provide an insight into the mechanism by which the creatures explode. Sulfurous applications. The problem is, yeah, I really want to look at the crash fish, because I want to know what goes on with that one too. Because I don't understand the explosion thing. Hey Opa, how's it going? Thanks for coming and hanging out. We're just talking about fish, as one does. Yeah, so co-development is, as you might assume, it's when creatures sort of adapt in the same way together to like nurture the symbiotic relationship between them. So that's clearly a thing that's kind of happening here. Sort of similar, I think, to like clownfish living in anemones, where like the anemones have stinging cells, so most fish wouldn't be able to live in there, but the clownfish can. Might look into that really quick, actually. I'm interested now. It's time for a tangent, so we're going back to the flying squid, clownfish, and anemone. Can't complain, honestly. Yeah, I'm having a good day. Although I feel like I'm just still, like, this whole week has basically felt like I've been, like, going, and haven't been able to just, like, relax. So, hopefully after this I'll be able to relax. Yeah, their symbiotic relationship. Yeah, so the sea anemone offers the clownfish protection and leftover food. I am curious as to what the clownfish offers. You know, whenever I look at fish, I think to myself, what a useless and boring creature. That's not nice. There's so many fish, and they're really cool. A lot of them have really, really cool adaptations to various things. Oh god, what is happening? Okay. Yes, I know. Yeah, so nematocysts are like the stinging cells that a lot of like jellyfish and stuff have, I believe. There's another one. There's a stinging cell, and there's also one that's like a sticky cell. I cannot remember what it's called though off the top of my head. And then I want to know. Oh, I can't unlock it. That's okay. That's okay. Bite the fish. Bite the fish. I want to know how the sea anemone benefits. Clownfish help their anemones to breathe at night. That's interesting. Destroy the fish! No! Have you ever seen that meme that was like, we don't need to explore the ocean anymore. We already have seen 3 types of jellyfish, many crabs. We're good. Sea anemones can do very little to control the flow of water across their bodies. Yeah. So they're kind of like a filter feeder as well, where it's like they don't actively try to catch their food. They kind of just have to wait for it to come, the stuff they need to come to them. Oh, what's happening? Hello? National Geographic? No, I don't want to do that. I just want to know how the sea anemones are helped. Hit me with like a Wikipedia article, please. Amphiprionidae. Cloudfish. Here's what I want. This one. The individual species are generally highly host specific. Interesting. I mean, I presume that means like certain species are adapted to hang out with certain species of anemone. Yeah, the sea anemone protects this clownfish from predators and stuff. Oh, and in return, the anemone's fish partner defends the anemone from its parasites and predators. Predators and parasites. So I guess that makes sense because I believe I've seen footage and stuff of clownfish. Oh, I'm getting called. Please not right now. Shh, it's okay. My phone. Sorry. But I believe I've seen footage of clownfish, like, it looks like they're, like, biting at the sea anemone, but I think they're, like, eating the parasites. It is interesting that they can, yeah, survive the poison, too. It might be because of the mucus coating of the fish. It might be based on sugar rather than proteins. So that the anemones don't see them as a food source, so they don't fire at their nematocysts. I want to see... Okay, yeah, cnidocytes. So there's a group of animals, I believe it's a phylum, yeah, called Cnidaria, so like cnidarians, and these are the ones that have these stinging cells. And then there's another phylum, which I don't remember which one it is, but I think I'll know it when I see it. Anemones are the enemies. Yeah. Is it ctenophores and it's ctenocytes? Is that what it is? I don't think it's the rest of these. Mollusca, nematodes. No. I'm pretty sure it's ctenophores. And they have like ctenocytes. Cyst. That's cyst. That's the word. Nematocyst. I cannot remember though. Yeah, so this is sort of a random aside again, but so there's like jellyfish is kind of it's a term for stuff in the Cnidarian phylum for these guys. And then but then there's a separate phylum, so a separate really big group called comb jellies, and they also, people might think they're jellyfish, but they're not jellyfish, even though they kind of look like them and kind of move like them. So you can see they don't really tend to have tentacles as much, and they move using a bunch of like little cilia, which are these tiny little hairs. I'm trying. Oh, coloblasts. Okay, so it wasn't ctenoblast, but yeah, they're sticky and adhere to prey. We're talking about jellyfish. We sure are. So, cnidarians have the cnidocytes, which are stinging cells, so they deliver poison, or toxin rather. So I guess they'd be classified as venomous. We'd be called talking over here. And then we have the ctenophores, which are comb jellies and stuff, and they have not stinging cells, but they have sticky cells, so they can basically like reel them in like it's a little fishing line, which is pretty cool. Yeah, let's talk about jellyfish while we're here, shall we? Let's go back. Yeah. So there's jellyfish. So one thing I believe about jellyfish, like it's sort of saying here, they have a complex life cycle where a lot of them, if not all of them, start out as polyps. So they actually start out like as what kind of looks like a plant on the seafloor. Maybe there'll be a picture somewhere here. Or there's not going to be a picture. That's okay. Hello? Yeah, here we go. So you can see... So the babies, the itty-bitty tinies... Where's one? Hold on. Oh, one, yeah. So they actually will, I believe, like, they're spawned, and then they'll go down and attach to the seafloor, and you can see they grow, and it kind of looks like they're some kind of plant, but they're actually growing jellyfish. It's wild. Look at them. Look at that. It's a jellyfish plant. And then when they're older, they become medusas, which are the free-swimming boys. And then they start it all over again. Yeah, no, arrowworms are very scary. I believe they're the ones that have the big, like, mandibles, but let's... Yeah. Shaduk. I think they're predatory worms, which, like, if that doesn't tell you enough, then there you go. And I think they're the ones that have these, like, giant jaws. I'm sorry, we're already looking. Yeah, look at it. Look at its teeth. So they, like, grab onto stuff like this. It's wild. So small, but so terrifying. I regularly, when I'm studying this stuff, am very grateful that they're not bigger. Kind of looks like Chip. Like, a lot of times when I learn something that's really cool but really scary about an animal, like one of the examples I can think of is the way that a lot of wasp species will lay their eggs in the, like, paralyzed body of another bug. And then the babies eat it from the inside out. And I'm like, thank God they're not bigger. And that we have, like, little to nothing to do with their, like, life cycle. While it's alive, listen. If you wanted to get into horror stories, like, look, there's horror, and then there's real-life animal horror, which is stuff that goes on in the world between animals that, like, you don't want to think too hard about. Like, there's parasites that actually take control of part of the brains of stuff like snails, stuff like crickets, and it can make them do things, which is horrifying. It can make them move either so they, like, fall into water so the worm the parasite can escape, or like with the snail one, I believe it makes the snails go out somewhere where they'll be eaten by birds, so it can continue its life cycle. Cordyceps fungus. I know there's a fungus. I have not heard of cordyceps fungus. We can look that up. Also, hi Lightbone. How are you doing? But I know there's like a fungus that has to do with ants, which is horrifying. Yeah, yeah. So I think this is the one. Just, if you ever want to be horrified, just look into anything like parasitic, really. That's the really scary stuff. Yeah, I think this is the one I was thinking of. Oh, there's not like a whole lot of stuff on it, but they're endoparasites, so they're on the inside. Because endo means inside, right? Yeah. Endoskeleton, ectoskeleton, yes. Not just ants, 400 species. Yeah, that's cool. I think I saw a video when it was specifically talking about ants, but yeah, insects and other arthropods. Spooky. And it like grows and grows and eventually like kills them. The mycelium invades and eventually replaces the host tissue, while the elongated fruit body may be cylindrical. Blah, blah, blah. That's literally terrifying. I hope if I get a parasite we can coexist. I either heard this where it was someone else knew. I think it was one of my professors, like one of my lab professors once was telling us how they had like a colleague or like a colleague student or whatever where they wanted to study tapeworms. And to study a tapeworm, you gotta keep it alive, and one of the easiest ways to study tapeworms is if you put one inside you. We aren't really getting feral today. Oh, yeah, actual life horror. It's rough. So, we're not gonna look at tapeworms. I'll cry. Homies. Really spooky. Anyway, look at botflies. I don't know if I want to. If we're gonna talk about anything that burrows into like skin or anything, I'm gonna just lose my mind. Alright, we're gonna look up botflies for like 1 second. Ready? Oh god. I'd be like, I'm gonna eat this chocolate and you keep me skinny. I ate my tapeworm hole. And be like, I feel like this is gonna upset me. Yep, that's exactly what I expected, and we're not looking at that. We're not looking at that. Me and my homie Parasite are gonna have matching t-shirts. I want to get away from this conversation. Ugh. Okay, anyway, back to comb jellies now. Okay, great. I also was trying to remember that thing I wanted to talk about with sponges. I don't know where it is. I don't know if there's a picture here. Ooh, it's this. I think. Yeah, so I believe... Oh god, this is... So it talks about, water flow, because I believe, sorry, my brain's not working. They also are kind of like a filter feeder where they have to, like, take in a bunch of water to get the nutrients out of it. Yeah, they work like chimneys. So they take in the water and they eject it from the top. So the bigger they get, the sponges, basically the more they get these infoldings, which basically, like, gives them more surface area to take stuff out of the water. Which is pretty neat. So you can see, like, here it would be so straight in and then out. Whereas here it would be like straight in, but maybe some of it goes through these extra bits here and stuff like that, and then it goes out. And then you can see here, it's like, it goes through a complex, like system of tunnels. God, I want to fight a jellyfish. What chance do they have against me? Some of them have a deadly toxin, just like how the sun is a deadly laser. Yeah, but I have fists. God, alright. No, piece of me, go back though. Sponges are super cool because they can like basically regrow from I think like one cell. It's yeah, because they're so simple. Like they don't have a nervous system or digestive system or a circulatory system. They just vibe. They be vibing. Overview. I want to talk about. Oh, look at cell types. I don't know much about their cell types. I'm just interested. There's that type of jellyfish that can theoretically live forever. I don't. How long do jellyfish live? I believe it's like a long time because. Oh, I was incorrect. Most live less than 1 year. Is there. My god. My god. Once the adult form have reproduced, they don't die, but they transform themselves back into polyps. Look at this one. I was incorrect. There is, I think it's, a lot of sea urchin species can live for a really long time. The immortal jellyfish. You're so smart, Sam. Thank you for bringing this. Yes, they start out as a little larva swimming around, and then they settle down, they raise a family, and then they go free again. Just like us. Exactly like us. Yeah, what makes them immortal? They're known to prey on other jellyfish species. They prestige. So I guess what they do, yeah, is they just like turn back into polyps when they're done being out. So they're just like, I've had enough. Oh god, did I not, oh, I didn't, pause my game. Whoops. But they just go back. They're like, I'm gonna just reset my progress. It does this through the cell development process of transdifferentiation, which alters the differentiated state of cells and then transforms them into new types of cells. That's cool, because I think with most animals, including us, like once our cells, like we have different kinds of cells, right? Like we have brain cells and like neural cells and like tissue cells, bone cells, whatever. And once your cell is like destined, I forget the way it works. It's like the encoding in your cell tells it what kind of cell it's going to be. And once it's that, it doesn't really, most of the time they don't like differentiate. I think there's some that may, and then there's some that never do. Like I believe it's like it's something to do with your brain or your spine where they never come back and you never make new ones once you have them, I think, which is why we get brain trauma and stuff like that, and you can't really recover from it by making new brain cells. Now we're getting to cell biology, which is not my jam. Welcome back, Emily. How are the lovelies today? I'm doing very well, thank you. My god, this process can go on forever. Look at trends. We're going. It's actually Friday today. It is, for real. Okay, this is getting into stuff that I don't enjoy. Okay, let's go back again to these guys. Actually, let's go look at jellyfish, because I believe so. The comb jellies, like I said, they move with cilia, which are like these little like hair-like things. They're really small, but they have like a ton of them, so they can move around. And then, oh, what happened to my Cnidarians? There you go. Peas. I think a lot of them, they kind of have, I'm talking about jellyfish specifically. Can I have something to do with jellyfish? Yes, these are the true jellyfish. These are the fake jellyfish. So we have the true jellyfish. Excuse me. They have, oh yeah, they have 4-part symmetry, which is pretty cool. And I think you can see they're like, yeah, there's no pictures of them. There's no top-down pictures of them. But they have these like darker parts sometimes, and I think they're their like reproductive structures. Human error used psychic. Emily was confused. It hurt itself in its confusion. Maybe it'll... My god. It's a polyp. Oh, it was... What's this? Oh, this is... So this is like the Medusa form, and then the polyp form. And this is like the bell. And this is what they use, I think, to move around. They do like a... They do a water shooting out thing. That's a scientific term. And then they have the Nitocysts. Yeah, so these ones, like it's saying, basically the way they worked is they're like these little harpoons connected to strings, and they fire them off. You can see it's like this little spring-loaded mechanism. And they're loaded with like a little poison or like a little venomous barb. And once it's in you, it doesn't, like, it stays in you, which is why you get the irritation and stuff, because you're being injected with venom. Operculum hype. Yeah, most species have pneumatocysts. There's also spirocysts that don't penetrate the victim or inject venom, but they entangle it with small sticky hairs in the thread. So they're kind of like the thing that I've already forgot, the other sticky cells. And then there's Tychocysts, which are not used for prey capture. They're used for building protective tubes. Interesting. Tube anemones. So those, yeah, that's talking about anemones. Anemones. I like this. I like the little lines. They're barbs. They got little barbs. They stay in your skin. Spooky. Ooh. What's this little video? Yeah, so the way they work, you can see they like lengthen and contract their like bell. And that produces force. So they can swim. Jet propulsion! Jet propulsion sounds really cool, even though they're basically just flopping about. Barbs that stay in my skin like little homies. No! It's like a million little splinters. I hate splinters. So Cnidarians are thought to have no brains or even central nervous systems. Ow. That hurt. But they do have integrative areas of neural tissue that could be performed some form of centralization. Yeah, so they're like, in terms of like it's hard to talk about complexity and like simplicity, because saying they're like simple creatures isn't really the case. Like, they're not simple creatures, it's just that they don't have complicated nervous systems, and they don't have cephalization, which is like we do, because we have a giant part of our nervous system all in one place, which is our brain. They'd probably get offended if you called them simple. There's a CSGO player called Simple. He's very good. Yeah, so basically, they just have structures that kind of what am I trying to say? They have structures that help them orient themselves, but they don't ever have to make any like decisions or anything like that. They feed in several different ways. Okay, I feel like we've talked enough about jellyfish for now. Unless you guys really wanted to talk about something having to do with jellyfish. I have to go to the bathroom really quick. And then we'll get back into Subnautica. ERB. I'll put the music on while you're waiting. back. Oops, I'm so sorry. We're gonna get back into game time. Game time all the time. What are we talking about? I feel like my brain is just like mush today, so I'm sorry if I like know nothing. What should we talk about next? Turtles, or like that Big Flipper Turtle Boys? Who doesn't love Big Flipper Boys? Just like the movie The 13th Year. I've never seen it. We can talk about turtles if you guys want. But I think we'll play some game first. We'll take a quick look. Yeah, I don't know nothing about this. Interesting. Yeah, we'll just look at these. They're pretty. Staple part of the diet of many smaller herbivores. I think these are really cool. Frequently shows signs of predation around the edge of the leaves. Writhing weed. That's me. Alright, now let's talk about Frog Boy. Talk about the hoverfish. I believe this one's, it doesn't say it in here, but I believe this one's actually they classify it as an amphibian. Let me see. I'm gonna pull up the, hoverfish. Ternaka. He's very cute. Or did I imagine that? Did I? Maybe it. What? I swear to God, at some point it said it was a amphibian. I thought I read that somewhere. Maybe I'm just crazy. Unsure. Alright, scratch that. I guess it's not an amphibian. Wild. Whatever. I have seen that movie before, then I looked it up. So it has charged foot pads. 6 unique limb appendages feature charged pads capable of ionizing the surrounding water. It uses this ability to maintain its position against the current as it feels from kelp and lichen. Assessment edible. That's interesting. So that's a whole different... I mean, we'd have to go look yuppers. Yeah, I don't know much about ionizing of water. But it's interesting because we'd have to go look at how it actually moves around, I think, to get a good feel for this boy. I totally thought this said Big Sean for a second. It says Bioscan, not Big Sean. But it's interesting because, like, this looks more like a terrestrial creature, right? It looks like something that would live on land because it has legs. And even though it has, like, they kind of look like paddles on the end. I don't know how effective they actually would be for paddling. Assessment edible. Oh. Okay. I'm thirsty and hungry. Time to... Nope, not cook the bladderfish. No, I know. Okay. We're gonna eat some peeper, have some bladderfish, so on and so forth. Have some, a little bit of everything. I'll have a boomerang also, because why not? Alright, I thought I paused this, and then I did not pause it. There we go. All better. It's gonna go back in here for now. Okay, we're gonna make the radiation suit. I need lead still. Dang it. Alright. It's gonna be the hunt for lead now, I think. Yeah, I just think we're just gonna have to go do more explaining. Oh wait, I said we were gonna talk about the stalker. We will. Oh, we have another message. Ooh, a distress call. Spooky. Alright. We could go do an explore with that also. Need to drop some of this stuff off in my my George and my Dennis. Here we are. Okay. Let's go back in really quick. We'll look at the stalker. We'll look at his thing, and then we'll head off into the sunset. We haven't looked at any of these guys. We'll look at all these. Look at the biter really quick. So, vicious pack hunting predator. 94% muscle, 4% connective tissue, 2% brain, indiscriminate when hungry, almost always hungry. Well, if it has literally 0 fat stores, then of course it's always hungry. Specialized olfactory antenna employed in detection of bodily fluids in the water at an impressive range. So, olfactory means smell. So this is like its smell. Which is... It's interesting it uses an antenna for that, because again, usually like you have some kind of nostrils for that, to get the senses in and then close to the brain. Like for example, snakes. Snakes use their tongue for olfaction, and they can gather the scent particles on their tongue, and then they put it into holes in their mouth that gets the signals to their brain. So it's interesting to me that this one has an external body part for this. I'm not sure what other animals have that. Let's olfaction in the water. Yeah, because most of the time, like, sharks have nostrils. I think they're called nares, actually, but they yeah, invertebrates. Here, let's pause real quick. We're gonna learn about some learn about smells, smelly smells. Yeah, so you usually have the olfactory epithelium in the nasal cavity, and then that goes to the olfactory bulb in the brain. Oh god. Oh, it's an excerpt. I don't know. Fine. We'll look at an actual science article here for a sec. The usual definition of smell and taste, as distance and contact forms of chemoreception, respectively, has resulted in the belief that during the shift from aquatic to terrestrial life, odor and receptors were selected mainly. Yes. Okay. Well, I just kind of want to look at the like introduction. So its olfaction is the ability to detect volatile molecules, so smell particles, basically. I'm just not sure. External olfactory. Because usually, again, it's the epithelium is like inside the system. I honestly don't know what to look up to figure this out, but that's okay. Ooh. Olfactory system anatomy. Actually, let's do this. Let's do this. Olfactory system shark. Yeah, so you can see they have like nostrils kind of thing. The nasal sacs, but it's again it's internal. So I'm not sure why the biter would have something external. So you can see the shark's brain, the olfactory bulbs are here because this is the whole brain, and because I believe the like the little holes it goes in, you can see like on this guy. Like the olfactory bulbs are like right there, like they're very close by. So I mean that leads me to believe that usually your olfaction organ is usually pretty close to the brain structure it connects to, so you can smell, basically. So I'm unsure, again, why... First of all, I'm unsure why, if we go back to Subnautica again. So the biter has this antenna thing, and usually, like, the only other fish I can think of off the top of my head that has like an antenna like that is, oh god, what are they called? Anglerfish? Yeah, anglerfish. And the reason they have that is because it's used kind of like a lure. Like that's the whole point of having it out on the stick. So I don't know why it would develop a whole antenna when it would probably be just as effective to have the like olfactory epithelium where it can detect smells like closer to the face. I don't know why you would have it so far away, and also I feel like it's much more likely to be damaged when it's that far away. I really don't like the way its like nose area looks. I just like, I don't know, it looks like a dinosaur. Secondary pair of eyes, likely dedicated to detecting the peripheral movement of larger predators and hungry members of its own species. So the reason, like, I'm gonna give you an example. We're gonna talk about eyeballs really fast. So, like, usually what happens is animals either have their eyes on the same side or on like opposite sides. So we obviously have ours on the same side, and let's look at this actually. Human field of vision also, and then we'll move over here. So people, their vision, you can see each eye has its own like cone, and then they overlap in the middle. This is the same way for all eyes. All eyes sort of have, like complex eyes rather, have a cone of vision. And so what happens when animals have eyes on both sides rather than on the same side is you get something that's more like this. Horse is just the first thing I thought of. But horses have their eyes sort of on the side, and because of that, they can see like all the way around here. They can see a significant portion of our side, unlike us. And they can see straight ahead too, except they can't see directly in front of them. We can see directly in front of us, but we can't see, past about like here. We can't really see behind us. But horses can. And so other fish, oh, thank you for the 100 bits, Warrior Girl, appreciate that. But animals like this, they can't see directly in front of them, they can't see directly behind them, but they can see like a huge range around them, which when you're something like a fish where basically attack could come from any side, that's really important. It's important to be able to see like all the way around you, because like fish also, they don't really have like a neck so much like we do, so they don't really spend a lot of time like turning their head to look around, because they like turning their head basically means turning their whole body. So it's important for them to be able to see such a huge way around. So I don't know that it would, like, you can see with the horses have only one eye on each side, but they have a huge field of vision. So I'm not really sure why the biter would have a second pair of eyes, unless it's like a chameleon and it can move them independently, because that's like a whole different ballgame. Horses. Talking about horses. So I'm not sure about the extra eye thing. Yeah, detecting peripheral movement. Like, the other thing about eyes is, like, our eyes, we can see, like, our peripheral vision is still, like, fairly... Horses' blind spots on their butt. Sorry. I'll I just saw that and had to comment it on immediately. Our vision, we can only actually focus on a very small, I think it's like 3 degrees or something. That's how big of a focus we have. But we have a lot of peripheral vision. And so animals with eyes on opposite sides have even more peripheral vision. I don't know how well they can focus on things, but again, their focus would probably be pretty narrow because it's not so much for them about, like, in terms of predator detection, it's not so much about being able to see exactly what's coming. It's more about, is something moving towards me quickly? Incredible. Yeah, we're learning. Now you know how you can sneak up on a horse. Overdeveloped tail fin favors outpacing and outnumbering their prey over individual maneuverability. Calculations suggest creatures up to 100% the botter's body weight could succumb to a force assault by a pack of 10. Try not to bleed. So they're kind of like the piranhas. I'm gonna sneak up like Link. So they're kind of the piranhas of Subnautica. And overdeveloped tail fin is an interesting statement. Like, I'm not sure that, like, overdeveloped, what does that even mean? How can something be overdeveloped? Hold on, ew. I'm gonna try to find an animal that has a similar tail so we can take a look, because they kind of have a tail kind of like an eel does, where it sort of comes out from both sides of their body and comes to a point at the end. But that's not really an overdeveloped thing. I mean, if we go back once again to what we were talking about a little while ago, where it's like we now know what a fast fish's tail looks like. It's the ones that are really, really forked, so the lobes are really far apart. So this fish, I wouldn't say this is a really fast fish. Again, they don't look like they don't even look like they're built for short bursts of speed. What does a piranha tail look like? I don't think I know how to spell piranha. Piranha. There's an H in there somewhere. I was pretty close. Piranha's got teeth. Yeah, so even... God, piranhas are chunky. Look at this man. Overdeveloped ego. God, sorry, I have so many tabs open. So you can see, like, even this guy, like, he has more of a forked, like, split up tail. So they're likely can do, you know, like, bursts of speed. I don't think piranhas are usually fast over distance, because I think they're more ambush predators. The piranha's teeth look like toy teeth. You playing with teeth, Chimera? They're wild. Look at those teeth. Chomp, chomp, chomp. I just caught one in Animal Crossing today. They're just chunky. It's hilarious. They look so small and toy-like. Yeah. Yeah. Look at their nostrils. Bet they have a good sense of smell. They look like dentures. Fish with antenna. Just out of curiosity. I mean, that's a little different. I love cowfish. Murderous dentures. Yeah, so when I look up antenna, it gives me anglerfish, which use their light as a lure, I believe. I'll look that up really quick. Anglerfish lure. Anglerfish are super weird because I believe it's this species where the males will just bite onto a female and, like, become part of her. Yeah, they melt together. So the first spine of the dorsal fin, they use it like a fishing rod. That's why they're called anglerfish. Yes, I just like to check things before I'm like, this is definitely what it is, in case I'm wrong. It's very efficient, to be fair. Yeah, but you can see why it would make sense for it to actually have developed a whole projection away from itself. Whereas, like, what problem is the solution to put your smell sense on a freaking antenna? What is that gonna do? And the only other antenna pictures showing me is lionfish, and lionfish have all of these spines for protection. I like the copepods that paint their predators. Copepod defense. Like, not like this. Violations. No. Bioluminescent defense? Bio. I don't know what eats copepods off the top of my head. Defense. Copepods. Copepods are like little dudes, right? Hold on. Let me. Yeah, I think those are copepods, right? It's been a minute. Yeah. They're little crustaceans. They're really cute. Look at them. They're so funny. Look at their little antennas. Oh, it's really good. Maybe, is it telling me that the dinoflagellates eat the copepods? Need a copepod emote, just saying. Yes. Like, dinoflagellates, yeah, make, bioluminescence. Yes. The purpose of bioluminescence is less clear. Yeah, it might be a defensive thing. This is not helpful. Are you sure it's the copepods that make the bioluminescent defense? Dinoflagellates. Blue Planet video? I might have to go watch that. Yeah. So it is the dinoflagellate plankton that, yeah, so the copepods are the predator in the situation, and the dinoflagellate plankton are using bioluminescence as a defense mechanism. They shoot the plankton at the bad guys? That's interesting. They turn off the light when needed, letting the survive longer. Why is that? They flash upon contact, and the copepod reacts by just being like, "Pih! Pih!" They're all bright, and the other predators can find them. Studies showed that dinoflagellates with brighter luminescence were grazed less. Interesting. It's not clear how the glow protects them. They also spin in the plankton, so there's like a confusing stuff. I'm interested in this video. I might not watch it on the stream, but I would love it if you linked it in the Discord so I could look more into this. That's really cool. Yeah, we're not really sure how it works. That's like a lot of science. We don't really know why. It just happens. Oof. My throat is starting to hurt, like, significantly more now. From all the talking. I don't know how long I'm gonna make this stream. I might cut it a little shorter today. And go have a nap. I have tea. It was helping, but like it just feels overused. Anyways, now we're done with that. Yeah, so unsure why the biter has the antennas. Doesn't really make sense to me. Not really sure why it has a secondary pair of eyes unless they can move independently. And I don't think their tail fin is overdeveloped because it kind of looks like an eel, and eels are not particularly fast. Back to the game. Then we got the sand shark, which I was so excited about for like 5 seconds until I realized they don't actually have a tail, so their propulsion is like, who knows. Powerful, medium-sized predator. It burrows into the sand and ambushes its predator from below. As with many predators, it may be possible to temporarily distract them by feeding any hungry specimen. So my first thing with this is animals that burrow into the sand are usually pretty flat. Like that literally it's called a flatfish is one that burrows itself into the sand, and some rays I think may also do that, but they're literally flat so that they don't have to go that far into the sand to hide themselves. So we can see here, like these boys are flat and they have both their eyes on the same side so that they can see. Like, look how easy that is for them. Look at his little mouth. He looks so grumpy. God, that would be a good emote. Just a grumpy flatfish boy. Gigantocyprus. But so the thing about the sand shark is it's not that flat, and like it has a giant dorsal fin sticking out. How is it gonna burrow into the sand with that if it's a very obvious giant thing? I guess, like, I mean, it shows here, like, it clearly has it out, but it would still have to go fairly deep into the sand. Like, that would take some significant effort, whereas if you're really flat and you're the same color as the sand, you only have to get, like, a little bit of sand. This guy has a giant, like, horn sticking up out of the sand, and it's not at all the color of the sand, which means it is definitely not a predator that could easily burrow itself into the sand and get back out of it. So that doesn't make any sense to me. The unusual location of this fin suggests a purpose unrelated to movement through the water. It may be employed in shifting sands below the surface or in mating rituals, or maybe simply an evolutionary dead end. Sand sharks scare you. I get it. They're wild. So it may be employed in shifting sands beneath the surface. I don't really understand how that would be helpful. Not sure. I don't know how that would help anything, because again, they're the wrong color and they're not really flat enough to be any good at getting into the sand quickly. Because like even if it was that deep under the sand, it would take significant effort for it to get out, and by the time it did, it's whatever it's trying to eat would probably be gone. And then so I don't think that's true. Mating rituals, it's like the thing about mating is like sometimes animals evolve in a particular direction, like often with coloring and stuff like that, and it's not for any purpose per se other than that's sexual selection. So for some reason the females are picking males that have more of that particular trait, so the males evolve that trait more and more. So maybe mating rituals, but again, like, I don't know, or simply an evolutionary dead end. Here's the thing. So there's this word called vestigial, and it basically means when we have something that's kind of left over. So our appendix is an example of this, where it's like it probably used to be used for something important, but now it's not, and so it's kind of like we're sort of evolving away from it, but it's still there a little bit. It's not really developed, it's just kind of this extra like pocket thing. But I don't think that like making a structure like that's a pretty big structure. So making a structure like that would be like, it's a lot of energy to do that when you're a little developing, larva or whatever. So I think if it was vestigial, I think it wouldn't be that big. Like, this is a similar thing when we eventually get to the Reaper Leviathan. That they have this huge developed horn, and I hate it because I don't understand what it's for. Recent studies have shown our appendix is more useful than previously thought. There's a suggestion that the appendix is important for plant product breakdown. Ooh, that's interesting. But, like, the thing about our appendix, it may still have a use, but it generally seems, I mean, again, we probably don't know everything about it because we don't know everything about anything. But people can live pretty, like, easily without it. It doesn't, to my knowledge, have a severe, like, impact on, like, your life if you don't have an appendix. So it's, yeah, I'd be interested to look more into that. The male nipple is vestigial. Yeah, so it's something that it doesn't, like, really have any, purpose necessarily, but it is just evolved in the species as a whole. Anyway, but I don't think this is what I would call an evolutionary dead end. Maybe it's used for fighting. I don't know. Segmented exoskeleton, thick armor plating, renders it almost immune to attack from above. While it's capable of impressive acceleration, its exoskeleton prevents it from changing direction quickly, so it's perfectly designed as an ambush predator, but ill-suited to sustained pursuits. I completely disagree. It has no camouflage. It has this giant horn. It has no tail. So, how does it get up to any kind of speed? I don't like any of this. I don't like this as much as I thought I did originally. Feet. Excuse me. Ill-designed for ambulation. Likely used to disturb the surface of the sand so it can burrow into it? What? I presume, like, animals tend to burrow head first. Unless they have, like, claws and stuff so they can do that. Like, snakes burrow head first because they don't have anything else. Can we see a Woz drawing of what you think this should look like? Oh, God. I could try. Alright, this is probably the last thing I'll do because my throat is really starting to bother me. So we'll just have to end her there. But I'm glad we got to have the stream anyways. God, I need to get paint up for this. One moment, please. Yeah. Paint. We'll do a little drawing and then we'll, that'll be the stream. Oh god, maybe I'll just add it to this instead. Woz invents the universe. That's right. I reinvent the universe because they did it wrong the first time. Okay, there we go. Here we go. Okay, so let me pull it up so I can see what he looks like to begin with. So, God, this is gonna be a rough drawing. Okay, so we'll make a quick drawing of what he looks like currently. So he's like this color, let's say. You know, he got a big mouth, like so. And then he has a big horn. And then he has like littler things all the way down his body. And then it comes to just sort of like a nub. And like that's the basic form of his body. Wait, he needs to be chunkier than that. They're chunky. Something like that. And then they have big old pectoral fins. Not quite that big, but like that. And then they have these little like nubbers. Okay? And then they have segmentation. They're segmented. So these are the segments. Like a bug. There you are. We're drawing the sand shark. This is we're drawing him, and then he has two sets of eyes for some reason. Okay, and we're gonna go through and I'm gonna make a new one. Yeah, so this is like the color that he is, okay? Or maybe can I do like, I'll say he's like, I don't know, like this-ish color. This is the sand shark. Okay. This is him. That's what he looks like. And then he has like a lot of teeth. Those are his teeth. So, get my red marker out. So, this has got to go. I don't think he needs 2 sets of eyes. These are going. I don't want those. This needs to be fixed. And the color. Bad. And like he needs to be like cut in half. Okay? So what I'm thinking, first of all, he needs to be sand colored. I'll do a darker brown. I'd probably do more like this color. No, we can do that in that color. He needs to be sand colored. Okay, so hear me out. I'm ready. Hear me out. So he needs to be like, let's see. Definitely, considering that most of the fish on this planet hunt by psionics or by sound, maybe the color doesn't matter. I don't know if you have seen how many fish have gigantic eyes, but like a lot of the prey fish are definitely sight driven animals. That doesn't mean they don't have other like senses, but like the peeper has giant eyes, the wholefish has big eyes, the Reginald has big eyes, like they all got big eyes. They love big eyes. Look at those cute little feeties. Okay, so what we need to do, he needs to be like significantly flatter. So he'd be like, this is a side view, but he'd be kind of rounder, I think. Rounder and flatter, basically. There would be no spikes. Absolutely not. And we're gonna have to do a top view too. Yeah, we are a streamlined boy. Yeah. So we'll do a side view. So he has like 2 very like top facing eyes. And then I'm gonna have to do this from the side also. So he'd be a much flatter boy. Or like this. There's his head area. A flatter boy. Like a lot like a flatfish. Sand shark. No, make it a barracuda. You know, actually it'd probably be faster if their bodies. See, here's the problem. Right? They have to be fast, you have to be streamlined, which means usually you're like a flatter animal in some way. Make it a barracuda. But we'll say he's just like flat this way. Oh god. I want his head to be like, there's his head area. And then like there's this. Yeah, definitely like I think that the fins are okay. They would just need to be flatter. Get some nice fins. He looks like a penguin. But it's fine. I feel like he needs to be longer than this. Some big fins like a tuna. You're not wrong. I mean, hold on. An egg with wings. Where the heck's my... Not that. This is... Just he needs to be a bit of a longer boy. And then the tail, I'm thinking would kind of look like this. More like that. And his eyes are like kind of up here. So he can see up top. Yeah, and then I honestly even like... Let's get rid of the face a little bit. I think he would have kind of a shovel-looking face to make it easier to get under the sand. And then he'd do like a little wiggle back and forth to get the sand up on him. One shovel boy. Yeah, there you go. He wouldn't have any of these like random thingies. I don't like that. But he would still have big old teeth. Well... Or he would just have a really big mouth. Unsure. Anyways. There you go. There's my better design of what he should look like. This is actually like not a bad drawing, I'm not gonna lie. Might save it minus the like X's and stuff and put it in the Discord. Alright. I think I may just end the stream there. I think I need to stop talking for like the rest of the day. It was good for a bit, but I'm definitely overdoing it. So I will post the boy. The boy will be posted. But thank you so much for watching, everybody. I appreciate you guys coming out. I'll be back again on Monday. We'll be doing another Mindset Monday. I actually made a PowerPoint presentation this time, so I'm super excited about that. And I was thinking, this is an idea I got from River, to be fair. I might play Slime Rancher or something similar to it. I just wanted to play a more like chill game where it didn't take me like 5 minutes to remember what I was doing every time I started playing again. A PPP, PowerPoint presentation, big P. So we'll probably be doing that, which I'm excited about. Excited to talk to you guys about the things I've been thinking about this week. Yeah, but again, thank you all for coming. Love you. I hope you have a great day and a great rest of your weekend. All right. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I say as I try to find my thing. There it is. Okay. Bye.